Greetings to another video. It is cold and dark, the clocks have changed, so I thought I would share, I guess, some of my favourite things that I would wear in winter for different weather, temperatures and scenarios. So the three things, or the three different temperatures are, I've got mild and dry, so around 10 degrees. I've got cold and dry, so anything below 10 degrees. And then cold and wet, so anything below 10 degrees and just chucking down with rain. But I will say that obviously this is all subjective and what I guess use, and I think I feel the cold quite a lot, and I think women generally, we do have a lower, I don't know that, I think it is actually, because they have different rated for sleeping mats, don't they? Anyway, this is just what I do and hopefully it'll help you. Mild and dry, and also mild, it's gonna vary depending on where you live, but mild for me is around like 10 degrees. So for the bibs or the tights, like when it gets anything past like, I don't know, under 15, I'm in tights. I'm not, people do still wear them, not for me, I like to be toasty and warm. So my go-to pairs of tights are the Cafe de Cycliste Audax, which is so good. They've got pockets, they've got reflective panels, I really like them. Or the Rafa Pro Team, I can't remember what they're called, but basically these ones are like a lightweight tight. So they're basically the same thickness as a bib, but they're just full length. And they're so good. And I remember when they came out and I was like, what's the point? Like, I don't understand it. But then when I started using them, I was like, oh, they're really good for in between seasons. So you don't want to be really toasty and have thick thermal tights, but they are just long enough just to, I don't know, take the edge off the cold, because I don't really like leg warmers, not a big fan. So that's what I would wear on the bottoms. And then on the top half, around this temperature, I would either go for a long sleeve jersey and a gilet. The long sleeve jerseys that I really like are, I've got a map one, and cause it's got like perforated arms, like the sleeves. So I feel like it breathes really well when you're climbing. I also like, I've got a peppermint one, which is just, yeah, long sleeve, really like that. And then I've also got a Rafa midweight one, so that's thicker than the other two, but it's just really nice and comfortable. They've also got a thin one, which I am hoping to try, but at the minute I'm wearing the midweight one. And then I would wear those with an insulated gilet. The one that I've got is Rafa. It's actually a men's one that I've had for years, but it's nice, it's like fluffy inside. And also the thing that I like about it, it's got pockets. I always think that gilet should have pockets, so that's really nice. Or I would wear, I've got a Cafe de Cycliste, it's kind of like an Audax hoodie, but it's so toast, it's like fleece. It's got really big pockets, I really like that. Or a Cafe de Cycliste, like a long sleeved, it's quite a thick fabric, but that is quite warm. But I would just wear that on its own. I don't think you need to wear either of those with a gilet, because they are just warm enough by themselves. And then accessories that I would wear with that, I would pretty much always take a buff. So I've got a Rafa one. That is my favourite one that I've tried. I love a buff, and I've tried many, but I like the shape of this. It kind of stays up on your face really nicely. And then I would wear gloves. These are the ones that I've got, are called Altura, and I've had these for maybe 6 or 7 years, and they're still my favourite ones. I can't find any that I like as much because they're thin. They just fit my hands like a glove, and yeah, they're just really nice. And then I will probably wear a headband. I've got a Cafe de Cycliste headband. I mean, you can get a headband anyway, you don't need to get this one, but I also think that's a really clever thing, because I feel like a hat at this kind of temperature is too much, whereas a headband just takes the cold off your ears. And then I'll wear my regular like shoes, but I will add on Velotos. Velotos, I used to have a bit of a love-hate relationship with them, because I loved the idea and the concept of them, but I used to hate how thick they were to get on and off over your shoes. But they've recently, I don't know how recent, but I've checked, and they've got some now which have got like poppers on, like pressed studs on the bottoms, and I've tried them. They're so much easier to get on and off, and I really like them, so I would definitely recommend them if you are wanting just something just to keep the wind off and keep your feet a little bit warmer. Right, cold and dry, but less than 10 degrees. Cafe de Cycliste, Audax bibs again, they are generally my go-to in winter generally, because they've got pockets, they've got reflective panels, they're just really nice. Or I would wear the Rafa Pro Team ones, because they've got the women's ones, they've got a little clip which means that you can go to the toilet. So I just think when it's cold, I don't want to be taking all my winter layers off to go to the toilet, because I really appreciate when people put winter bibs with a clip. Also, I did try Universal Colours. They again used to be my favourite pair. I will leave a link to them. I think they've slightly changed them now, but they had a zip at the back so you can go to the toilet in winter. I love them, but then the zip broke like mid-ride. So I don't have them anymore, but they were a really good pair. And then on the top half, I would wear, and I know this is a very expensive, it's kind of like a jersey slash jacket. It's a Rafa, it was called Infinium, it's called Windstopper now, but again, when this came out, I was just like, I didn't really understand it, because I was like, you just wear either a jacket or your jersey. But because this combines both, it is actually really good, and it's one of the, I think it's quite an innovative thing. I've not seen another one like this. But it's good because it is like a jacket and it keeps the wind off, but it's also, I didn't think it was very breathable. And I went on the winter weekend with my club, and they were some pacey rides, but it breathed really well. And it's also got like a water repellent coating, so it's gonna stop it if it's, you know, you just get like a shower of rain. It is quite a thick material, but I don't know how it is, but it's also breathable. The only thing that I don't love about it is the pockets are very small, so I don't really feel like the pockets are that. Oh no. You have got to be kidding, can you hear that? Right. Some guys chopping up some slates to put, anyway. Yeah, so I don't think the pockets are that good on it, because they're not that accessible. I feel like you've got to be some kind of gymnast or some kind of like, what's the word? Like have all the skills to ride no-handed to be able to even get in the pocket, so just bear that in mind. But it is a really good top. Or I would wear, again, Rafa. This is not an ad for Rafa, I just really like a lot of their stuff. Is there, and this is my number one, if you are going to buy one thing on my recommendations, it is the base layer. It is phenomenal. It is so thin, but so warm, and it's got a buff kind of included in the design, and it's got like a little hole at the back, so if you've got long hair, you can put your hair through it. It is just phenomenal. It's so warm, and I wear it off the bike as well if I'm going to go walking or just anything else. It's just, honestly, it's incredible. So I'd either wear then with a jersey on top, potentially a gilet over the top of that, but generally that's enough just with a jersey. Or my other option is the base layer, because again, it's so versatile, under just, I guess, a rain jacket or like a thicker jacket. And the two favourite jackets that I've ever tried are the Rafa Souplesse. You can't get this one anymore, so have a look on eBay. This jacket is amazing. It's so comfortable. It's really soft. I would say it's like semi-breathable, but it does get quite hot when you're climbing. It's got a zip at the bottom, which I really like. I like when jerseys and things do that. And then also, it's not got pockets, but it has got like almost like a plastic section at the back, so if it does rain, it doesn't like soak the back of your top. And then the other jacket that I like is a map one. Again, I've had this, I think it's called, I'll find the link to it. This is thicker than the Rafa one. Again, it is rain water resistant, but I love the colour of it. It's so bright, especially in winter, and it's just very warm, but it doesn't have as much movement as the Rafa one. Because this is the thing, in winter, I really don't like to feel restricted. I just feel like, I don't want to feel like the Michelin Man, like, you know, when you're on the bike, I like that feeling of being able to move. So that's why I like this combination. But the only problem with it, you don't have any pockets, because you've only got a base layer and a jacket, and you've not got anything to take off. So if you've got to take anything off, you're just going to have to take the base layer off and just wear the jacket, which I have done before. But I do like that, because it just, I feel like I can move around a lot. Then accessories, I would wear either the Cavalry Cycliste headband or just any headband, or I've got a really nice hat, it's like a little skull cap, from Aldi. I've had it probably like 6 or 7 years. It was like $3.99, amazing, because it's so small, but it just keeps you so nice and toasty. I would probably wear winter boots if it's getting, you know, way below 10. And then I would wear potentially a buff if I'm not wearing the base layer with the buff attached. Always have to have a buff. And then I'm just double checking. Oh, gloves. Probably if it's less, I would probably take like some thicker gloves. I'm still on the hunt for like the perfect winter glove. I've got a couple of options to try out, which I'll tell you about. And I'm going to try these ones, but these look really good. They're Velato's knitted, but they're waterproof, so I'll give them a try. So I'll probably wear something like that when it's below 10. And now we're going to go into if it's cold and very wet. So this is anything like way below 10 degrees and if it's just chucking down all day. So I'd wear any of the options from the last section, but I would add a rain jacket. So I'll either take my Shake Dry. These Shake Dries, you cannot get them. Have a look on eBay. They are just really good jackets. I think mine is Mountain, I think it's a Ron Hill, it's a running one, but it's got a hood which I like, so I can put it under my helmet. That's a really thin, lightweight one, but it just is the perfect thing just to keep rain off. It's just amazing. It doesn't need to be reproofed, it's phenomenal. Or I would potentially take my Patagonia raincoat, because it's a lot thicker and I would say a fair bit warmer. So if it's really cold, that will insulate you a little bit more as well. So, actually as well, if it is really, really cold, as you saw when I've done all my ride across videos, I always take my Patagonia micro puff hoodie, because that is just so toasty and it will fit under any of the other raincoat, so that'll just give me an extra layer if it is really cold. Never really found a great pair of gloves for in the rain, apart from when I used just regular marigolds when I was doing All Points North. And so I found Velato's actually do a pair of insulated, they're kind of like insulated marigolds. So I'm going to try them out and I can't wait to actually try them and see if they're any good, because they look really good. And they are kind of what I've always wanted to have as a winter glove. So I will let you know how I get on with them. I'll probably do a video on gloves, because gloves is one thing that I've never been able to find in winter. That, like, I've had that many recommendations. I've tried so many pairs and I've just not been able to find one good one. So hopefully these are like the winter gloves of my dreams. So I'll let you know how I get on with them. And then I would just wear winter boots. And then I do want to say that I know a lot of these items are expensive. They are investments, and I kind of feel like with winter kit, I think with summer kit you can get away with like a thin jersey, like almost necessarily like shorts as well, or like bibs. I feel like with winter, I do think you kind of get what you pay for, because you're paying for the design of something that's kind of light and warm at the same time. If you've got any recommendations of things that are really like, not inexpensive, I don't mean cheap, but I guess more affordable, let me know. Like let everyone know your recommendations. These are just things that I've tried, and I do get sent a lot of different things to try. And there's a lot of things that I've not mentioned that I don't think are great. These are like my top picks of I think these are worth your money. And if I was gonna say the 3 top things that I would recommend from all the things that I've talked about, it would be definitely the base layer, because that is, again, like something you can wear on and off the bike in just cold weather. I might even wear it around the house, save on heating. It'd be that, probably Velato's, because they are, I guess, year long, and they are the only thing that I wish I'd had when I was doing those ride across videos, because my feet got just absolutely drenched. And if anything that can just stop the saturation of your feet, because as soon as my feet get cold and wet, then I'm done. I'm like, ride's over for me, I want to go home. And then I would probably say either the hat or the headband, actually, because just having your head like nice and warm and toasty is it's just so nice. Or another one I would say is the Patagonia micro puff hoodie, because that, the Shake Dry, there's so many. The Patagonia hoodie jacket, I've had it for years and years and years, and they just are just so good for, again, on and off the bike. Right, I hope that has helped. If you've got any recommendations for other winter kit that you like, then leave them in the comments. And I also didn't mention what I do if it's like below like 5 degrees or 3 degrees or 0. I just don't go out. Like I'm on ZWIFT. I'm either out running or I'm on ZWIFT. I don't go out if it's that cold, because to me, I just don't enjoy it. It's if I'm cold and if I'm just like, if I've got like loads of bulky stuff on just to be able to keep me warm, I just don't enjoy it. So I just do other things in winter. So yeah, like I've said, I've said in a million videos, I will share some of my running stuff. I'm actually going to go out for a run in about an hour, which is why my hair's like this. I was like, I'm not washing and doing my hair if I'm going to go out and just sweat all in it. So, right, okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next video. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.